in Guardians 3, Adam Warlock, one of my favorite comic book characters ever, is going to be finally materialized in the MCU. I am so pumped.
Yeah, Scott Bakula is playing him.
No, he is not. It's Will Poulter.
No, it's Scott Bakula.
No, it is not.
You know, I used to say when I was a little kid that like the number one thing I wanted to see in a live action movie, because I had the live action Ninja Turtles from the time I was like 11, right?
Right.
Ninja Turtles came out in 91. Ninja Turtles 2 came out in 92, something like that, 93. Then Michael Bay got a hold of the franchise. And I used to say that I would love to see Krang and Bebop and Rocksteady in a live action movie, because I had live action Turtles, but they never did any of the
see there, Gregor.
Characters.
Sorry, I'm just see there, Gregor. That it is not Scott Bakula. Sorry, Strange.
I see Scott Bakula.
No, you do not.
Gregor, do you see Scott Bakula?
Gaslighting.
Yeah, I do.
More
yeah,
like Scott back acne.
This is so important. This is so important. And I know all you fuckers know what I'm about to reference. Look to the character that the guy on the right of Will Poulter, Adam Warlock's actor. Look who the character, the guy to the actor to the right of him. Look who the character he's portraying is.
I can't see it. I can't.
The High Evolutionary.
Yes. Oh my God, they're both going to be in one film.
Listen to it.
Wow.
Jeremy.
Do you know what that means?
You need to sell yourself to Marvel.
Do you know
Jeremy just came in his pants.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
You're going to pirate the shit out of that movie.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
You're going to pirate the Chinese versions with American subtitles.
It means while you're watching it, you're going to shit in your hand and jerk off with it.
So.
Do you know what that means, though? Do you know what that means?
It doesn't mean anything to me.
No, it doesn't.
It means D's nuts.
The High Evolutionary created Adam Warlock in the Enclave. No, he helped Adam Warlock evolutionary pattern along. Also, High Evolutionary, spoiler, created Rocket Raccoon. He took a bunch of animals and sped up their evolutionary. Oh, I'm spoiling Guardians 3.
You spoil everything, but why does any of this matter to you? As a human
spoil
being?
Avatar 2.
Because I love that uber philosophical, almost Nietzschean, cosmic. Can I please? this Nietzschean.
That's not Nietzschean.
Yes, it is.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes, it is Nietzschean. They quote Nietzsche at the beginning of the comic arc. I know what I'm talking
Every
about.
pretentious dickbag quotes Nietzsche who doesn't understand him.
No. Any story with Adam Warlock is far from pretentious. It's about existence. It's about him questioning, his place in.
Adam Warlock is far from pretentious.
He is. He's like
Isn't the epitome of pretentious?
No.
Is he your favorite comic book character?
He may be, yeah. He may be, yeah.
You know what I want, Jeremy? I want a real good Spawn movie, and I'll probably never get it. And back to what I was saying a few minutes ago. I used to dream of the day I would get Krang, the Technodrome, and Bebop and Rocksteady in a live action movie, because I was such a big Turtles fan.
And now they're in one, right?
And now they're in one, and it is one of the worst fucking movies ever made. So sometimes, buddy, be careful what you fucking wish for. Now,
Adam Warlock
you made a wish on a monkey paw.
Adam Warlock will be perfect.
James Gunn and Michael Bay shouldn't be compared. I understand that you're in good hands with James Gunn. That doesn't mean you're going to get your perfect shot-for-shot Adam Warlock character that you seem to love so much. Here's a question.
He's even got the gem on his forehead. Look. He's got the gem on his forehead.
It's terrible looking.
No.
He looks like a gay. Let's be honest. Look at
Carrion knows.
It looks like he's. Is this a live action?
What I'm talking about.
Is this the live action version of Steven Universe?
Is this really the Warlock from the film?
Is this really him?
Probably in the middle of a fight scene, asshole.
He looks like his face is about to land directly on a cock.
What is this? I mean, this looks worse than Star Trek.
All of you. That's why I wanted Will here to provide balance, but
Jeremy,
I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying,
I am attacking you.
Criticizing
an Adam Warlock
product.
Show what?
Show me an Adam Warlock comic book that you own.
Well, I guess while he's doing that, do you
right now? Dude, I have them though. I collected all of the Infinity Watch, all of the Warlock Chronicles, the entire Infinity Gauntlet, War, and Crusade arcs. I mean, I'm schooled on Adam Warlock. I'm good on Adam Warlock.
Is that Avengers or is that across the whole
Infinity
Marvel
Watch?
universe?
No, Infinity Watch was its own branch or corner of the Marvel Comics universe back in the 80s and 90s. Dude,
That's just what it was called. That was what the comic book
Adam
was
Warlock was God for a time, like Thanos. Only Eternity and the Living Tribunal and a bunch of other cosmic beings got together and said, "You're not allowed to have this much power, guy. You got to split up the Infinity Stones with people of your choosing." And he chose Pip the Troll, Drax the Destroyer, Moondragon, Gamora, and one other secret one to hold the Reality Stone, which turned out to be Thanos in the comics. See, so I'm good on the Adam Warlock lore.
This sounds like something you read on Wikipedia.
Dude, I read it as a child. I lived it. Fuck you. I lived the Adam Warlock lore, dude. Seriously. I know about characters in that corner of the universe that you will never even know. Like
I mean,
Dark
that is a very peculiar
you're correct.
character
I
to
will
obsess
never know.
over.
Count Abyss, Maya,
No idea.
let's see, Infinity, Oblivion, Eon, and Epoch. Let's see.
I've never
No
heard
idea.
of anybody that likes
I've never heard of any of them.
Right.
That's-
I mean, I haven't
they're
heard of any of those people, nor have I heard of
They're
anybody
so
that likes
deep
Adam
in the
Warlock.
cosmos. They're so deep in the cosmos and the afterlife and all this
They're
other
very deep.
supernatural
deep.
stuff that they're even beyond the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, Adam Warlock had his own corner of the universe to deal with. Okay, because only he could, him and his friends could. You understand?
I was deep in vagina
I
while you were reading
understand,
all
but I
this.
still don't.
I was deep in vagina last night. What's your point?
Good.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy because that's 5 minutes you weren't involved in this heavy
Thank you.
petting
Thank
of
you. That's
Adam
that's
Warlock.
very generous to say.
5 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, do you think that guy's makeup job and costume looked
You
good?
think that's really good, Jeremy?
Yes.
You honestly think that's a good?
If I could put them
Show
side
me-
by
show me-
side. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
show you.
yeah. Show me the comic book version.
Okay. At his best.
I mean,
Maybe there's.
I
a
don't
So I guess
special-
while he's pulling that up, have any of you ever seen the Casey Jones fan film?
No.
Casey Jones fan? No, I have not.
Whoa.
It's actually really good. It's basically like an origin story for Casey Jones from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it seems like I have heard of that.
It's a pretty fun watch, and like the
It's
budget
the-
definitely shows. Yeah, the budget definitely shows in the brief scene where Krang and the Ninja Turtles show up, but otherwise it's
You know what?
pretty
Maybe
awesome.
I have seen that. Is it Casey Jones and Raph? Are they
Yeah.
fighting foot
Um,
soldiers?
that happens at the end, but like
Can you
most of
see-
it is basically like Casey Jones getting beat up by purple dragons, and so he starts training
Yeah.
to go around and beat up criminals.
Okay, bookmark that shit. Okay, I pulled it up. Can you see?
Jeremy.
Can you see?
Jeremy.
It doesn't look
Jeremy.
anything like that.
Can you see?
Jeremy.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes, and Jeremy, if they did this costume and this guy's design exactly as it is here, I would love it. And they just don't have the balls to do it.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, that looks
Wait,
awesome.
wait a minute.
Kind of gay, but awesome.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Very
You
gay.
guys-
He's definitely gay.
You guys
Yeah.
are humping every sentence I've tried to put out tonight. Okay, let it breathe.
Well, maybe because every sentence you has enough holes for all of us to fuck.
Let it breathe. Okay,
No,
Look, you
I'm
can
getting my
mute- you
dick
can
down
mute
in that
all of
throat.
us.
breathe.
You can mute us all, Jeremy. You have control.
Yeah,
of
you
this.
can.
No, he cannot do that because I am inside his walls, and if he mutes me, I will come out and fuck his eye sockets
Look,
until he
look,
leaves
look,
cum.
look. This is important. This is very important.
Yeah.
Let the conflict end.
Don't be like Zach, okay?
Uh-huh.
And interrupt just to hear yourself. Now look who it
That's
all
right.
look who all is on their knees around him while Thanos is on his knees. Thor is on his knees. Nebula
They're getting ready to suck his dick.
Nebula is on his knees. Yeah, Hulk is about to suck his dick. Look at that. Hulk is on his knees.
Look at Hulk's mouth.
He's wide open, and Thor is back there ready to lick his asshole.
Well, he's got the stones, so he probably could make that happen. Yeah.
He does have this. Thanos is like, look at Thanos looking on envious like that.
That's what I'm
motherfucker got
saying.
them stones.
That's how awesome Adam Warlock was in the comics, dude. For a minute, he was God, and he did it
Yeah.
better than Thanos. Do you understand?
Mhm.
I understand, Jeremy. However,
We were comparing the costumes, Jeremy.
we're comparing the costumes, which is totally a side issue than what you're talking about.
Look,
And the
They
costume and the
put-
makeup looks terrible.
They cannot do that version of Adam Warlock this soon. They have to tell his Enclave story, his origin story first. He is an artificial being that became a god. That is a very complex character that cannot all be explored at once. They have to.
So
What
he
they
didn't
need
look
to
like
do
that. He didn't
is
look like
to-
that in his origin story.
Huh? Do what?
He didn't look like that in his origin story.
Probably not.
No, he looked like Rocky from Rocky Horror.
Well, let's see.
The blonde guy. That's what he looked like in his origin.
But yeah, I mean, what they should do is like somehow clone and graft together Kevin Sorbo and David Bowie and have him play Adam Warlock. You know?
Okay. Thor is going to spread his ass cheeks apart for Adam. Yeah, pretty much.
I gave up hope on that when Ant-Man did not go into Thanos' asshole to destroy him.
And that would
that was a big popular meme. Okay, so back to the Casey Jones film and Purple Dragons, right?
Very cool short film. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. The guy who plays Casey does a really good job.
Nobody's saying they don't like Adam Warlock, Jeremy.
I don't think any of you know Adam Warlock like I do.
We don't.
Definitely not.
I
Definitely
don't,
don't.
but I am making fun of him specifically because it
Was
pisses
he
you
a
off.
Jack Kirby creation?
He's a Stan Lee creation.
Was he Stan Lee, Jack Kirby?
I think Gregor is. I don't know that part. I know
I'm just saying that Stan Lee created them all, right?
I know his fictional background very well, though.
Well,
very.
Doesn't the story go that Jack Kirby left, went and created the New Gods at DC, and then came back and got creative control to do stuff at Marvel?
Let's see who created Adam Warlock. So that's a good question, actually. He was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and he was originally known as him. I forgot that part. When he was created by the Enclave as the first like artificial being or whatever he was called, just him, and he kidnapped Thor's old lady Sif to mate with. So they'll probably leave that part out, unfortunately. But he learned his lesson. Yeah, he learned his lesson though. Thor, schooled him and said, "Dude, you can't be doing that with my girl." And he said, "Okay, my bad, dude."
He's also known as Master of All Souls.
Right.
We have the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have the DC Cinematic Universe. When are we gonna get the Charleston Cinematic Universe?
Pretty much, we got Watchmen. That's it.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's different.
No, he's right.
It's different.
No,
it is different, and I will defend that to the gallows.
Now, are you talking about the comics that the rights that they bought?
Yes,
I mean, is what you're talking about, like
Shazam
the original versions of those characters or whatever.
Shazam was Carlton too, right?
Oh no, they're going to use
so like the
Question.
The Question, the Spider, the Black Terror, all of those.
Right. Yeah,
we should have that instead of the MCU and the DCU.
No,
I'd like to see a good modern Shadow movie, The Shadow, of some sort.
Here's a question. It'd
be nice to get a.
Sorry, isn't that bad?
No, it's not terrible. No.
What is it?
It's good for what it was.
The Alec Baldwin Shadow isn't terrible.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, Gregor knows a lot about the Shadow. He did a kind of feature on here on the Shadow, and the guy wrote like a warehouse of books on the character, right? Like the way he pumped him out was insane.
Correct, yeah, he was one of those pulp writers that just were like a maniac.
Now is he public domain
like
now?
those Japanese comic book creators?
Is the Shadow public domain now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I don't think so.
No, but yeah, it is.
But yeah, that's kind of a good comparison. Like Japanese manga writers kind of work now how pulp authors used to work.
Pulp authors work,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it would also be nice if we could get a Green Hornet movie where the Green Hornet's not played by motherfucking Seth Rogen.
Shit, I didn't even know they made that.
I mean, aside from that, it looked. I mean, I haven't seen the film, but it looked like it had maybe the appropriate tone, right?
No,
Seth Rogen was the wrong dude.
I don't know why they made that.
I mean, because it was, wasn't that? I mean, it was kind of like based off of the spinoff to the old Batman series, right? I mean, it's kind of what it was.
That one was not campy or goofy. It was a good crime movie, and Bruce Lee was in it. A crime series, and Bruce Lee was in it.
It wasn't campy like the Batman show. I've not seen it.
Not nearly as campy, no.
Okay, all right. You guys are awful sensitive about your
everybody's getting all
about your pop culture icons. You have to get real touchy about it.
Green Hornet is cool, and he should. The Green Hornet is cool, and he deserves his due.
I mean, I like.
Here's a question to kind of try to cut through Jeremy's fanboyism. Do you really think James Gunn is going to put his all into Guardians 3, considering everything Marvel put him through and the fact that he left to run DC? Do you think he's going to give him a fuck you?
As soon as no one cuts me off,
do you think he's going to give him a fuck you on the way out the door, or is he really going to put his heart into that final?
I think he's going to put his heart into it. Frankly,
well, who are you asking?
Didn't he already get? Didn't he already get fired once because of the made up bullshit that Mike Cernovich came up with?
I'm sorry, Strange.
It wasn't made up at all.
Jeremy wants to be heard.
Okay, yeah, I thought Strange was asking me. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I know you're going to talk over me.
Go, Jeremy, go.
Yeah, no, see? Okay, so, yes, because he has already...
Yes.
He already
Sorry,
did.
I had to. Go ahead.
He already did Guardians 3. It's done. It's in the can. They released the trailer. So yeah, he is already. If he whether he gave his all or not, it's already done. So it's not you're referring to in the future tense. It's done.
What I mean is he's definitely been in talks and negotiations to become the head of DC Films for a lot longer than Guardians 3 has been done. So he was making that film at the same time he was negotiating for a new job, and he had already been fucked by Marvel and he went over and made a fuck ton of shit for DC. He made the Suicide Squad movie and Peacemaker, then came back for the final Guardians film, knowing that he was going to go back to DC.
Yes, I absolutely believe he gave his all, and here's why: because you can see when he gets going as a creative force, you know, that he loves the story above ego, you know, his own ego. You can tell.
Yeah, I think he cares about his brand more than he hates Disney's brand, right? You know what I mean?
He's definitely one of the best modern. He's definitely top, probably 3 comic book filmmakers of all time, and he's one of my favorite filmmakers. So I'm not disparaging the guy. It's just a weird position to be in.
Well, I think that it's a matter of intent, right? I think that maybe what you're describing is going to have an impact on his delivery, you know, his delivery of the third film. But I don't think he's in any way sabotaging or, you know, deliberately doing anything to sabotage anything. I think he might just be distracted, and that might not be good as a result, you know. But I don't think he would actually vindictively, you know, screw up one of his own films because his name's on it. You know,
as to what,
if people went around doing that, then you know they would never get work.
By the way, while we're on the subject of James Gunn, I just want to brag for a minute. You know that
send it to me for Christmas.
I was reading him before Guardians of the Galaxy was even connected to his life. Okay, this was his first novel, I'm pretty sure, and I could let it go, you know, for like.
Dude, that's 2 completely different guys. What are you talking about?
No, this is the James Gunn.
No, it's not. There's 2.
It is.
Yeah, there's kind of like 2 phases to his. I mean, yeah, it's him, but there's kind of like 2 phases to his career. Like,
I don't know, maybe more valuable now because of Guardians.
Wait.
Well, maybe
he's not the novelist James Gunn. He's a completely different novelist.
No, there's two novelists that are James Gunn.
No. This James Gunn is the same one who directed.
Yeah.
Guardians. Yes.
Okay.
Look at.
I didn't know he wrote. What is that book? Is that a novel?
The Toy Collector. I think he wrote several others. Yeah.
When did he write that? What year did he write that?
Back
I think he was still with Troma, wasn't he?
2002 or 2003, I think, something like that.
I had no idea he wrote novels.
Yeah. Oh hell. Where do they usually put it in the front, the date, right?
It's 2000. He wrote it was published in 2000.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I'd let this go for, I don't know. Anyone's interested, just message me, and I'd sell it for the right price.
Like $2 or $3, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's not exactly a rare book. Maybe the hardcover is, but I don't know.
This is like a Mandela effect thing. I'm kind of freaking out. I know there's a different novelist.
Oh, there is. You're right. There is.
Yeah,
there
are
two novelists named James Gunn, but James Gunn did write this particular book.
Thank you.
The one we're talking about, the director.
Okay. I knew him before
and the book's probably worth about $2-3.
No.
Plus shipping and $18 for shipping, everybody.
Shipping is ridiculous. Yeah, that's it. The people that undercut you on eBay, it's fucking ridiculous. Selling the product for less than the shipping, they must be trying to up their reputation or something. Is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous to sell something for less than shipping. It's fucking pointless.
Yeah, the guy I'm talking about is James E. Gunn. This is why this is such a like Mandela effect thing. James E. Gunn is from Kansas City, Missouri. James Gunn is from St. Louis, Missouri. James E. Gunn founded a writing school in Missouri. And now you're telling me that James Gunn, the screenwriter, is also a novelist. That's very convoluted. They're both from the same state. They're from, within 150 miles of each other. And because I
think they're around the same age, too.
No, it says here James E. Gunn died in 2020.
Right. He was born in he was almost 100 years old.
He was born in 1923.
23, yeah. So he died in his late 90s. But he founded a writing school in Missouri. And I thought it was the fucking James Gunn screenwriter that founded that. And I was like, why would James Gunn found a writing school? And so I went searching for the answer, and the answer was it's two different guys, both from Missouri. Wow. But then you just blew my mind that James Gunn is also a novelist. Had no idea. Never knew he wrote.
Jeremy, I hope you live beyond 100 years.
Thank you. I will.
He still doesn't have the trifecta. He might be a filmmaker and a novelist, but he has not drawn a comic book. I still hold the hat trick.
It's like, oh God, I forgot that James Gunn wrote the Scooby-Doo movie.
Really?
Scooby-Doo,
that kind of sucked.